It's another law of the day. I just wanted to do this real quick um, before heading out early this morning. Um, I will, even though I'm unclean from yesterday. It's early morning now, but last night I realized that I was unclean, or that I'm unclean. So that's one of the good thing about reading these scriptures from the phone. So I can touch it. I can touch the scriptures from the phone. I can touch it as I'm doing right now. But I wouldn't want to do that touching a regular Bible. Like a paper Bible, it's not good to touch it when you are unclean. So, and uncleanliness happens, um, it's something that you can prepare for. I take a lot of measures to make sure that I'm not unclean, but sometimes it happens. There's not a day that go by. Almost every day I go out, I must, have physical contact with somebody. Um, when I go out, I go to the stores or I go on the street or I go to the filling stations to put fuel. In one way or the other, my hand will touch um, somebody's hand, maybe by shaking hands, or in one way or the other. Even last night, there was someone, um, and one of the things I noticed over here in West Africa, I'm pretty sure it happens other places too. I don't know if I would say it happens in America, but um, I notice it here, and it's so annoying. Is that like people don't mind having body contacts with you? That reminds me because I say people, but I think I used to do that. I remember there's a guy. Um, he's from that guy is from India. I think he was from India, and I would say that he was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine. Um, he was either Indian or Pakistan. Either India, I know they are the same people. India and Pakistan is the same people. So basically, I remember an incident that took place between he and I. Um, I think I hugged him or I touched his hand or something, and he became very uncomfortable with that. And he's like, "No, stop touching me," or whatever. So, and I was like, to me, it wasn't a big deal, back then. This was like years ago. It wasn't a big deal, but I will never forget that incident, um, because that's how I feel now. I don't want to have physical contact with people. Uh, you know, I don't want to. Ever since I started keeping the law, I don't like people touching me. I don't like touching people. As a matter of fact, if I can actually find um, like a comfortable glove that I can wear, I would definitely avoid making contact with people. If I can find a very good uh, glove that I can wear on my arm, on my hand, you know. So last night, there was someone that I was standing, and there was a very small space. The space can barely um, one person can barely pass in that space. And there was this young woman that wanted to, I was already standing in that space, and she wanted to pass by the same space where I was standing. She wanted to go away, like she wanted to go away from that store because this was happening at a store. So she was so close to me. Like she came so close. Like she didn't even mind. Like over here, people don't even mind having physical contact with you. So, and I don't like that because I know that the person is probably seeing their period. I'm not gonna go around asking everybody if you touched a dead body or if you're seeing your period or if you're doing this or if you're doing that. Sometimes I used to ask, but yeah. So I'm really unclean a lot. Like I'm unclean a lot, um, and it's just I don't like it, but it is what it is. People don't know. If they know the law and they know, they they would not be having that physical contact. Just like me, I didn't know in the past. So I don't really blame the people. I don't blame them. It's just that they don't know Yah's law. They just don't know the law. That's why they do what they do. It's not that they are being intentional. They're not really being intentional. I don't think that people are intentionally um, you know, being like that. I think that they just don't know. That's why they they do that. So um, I guess let me go to Leviticus. Uh, Leviticus. Oh yeah, actually the law I should go to that actually applies to this because I think that most of you, if you're watching this video, you probably already know about the law of clean and unclean. You probably know that already. So let me go to something that you may not know, that something that might be new to you, which is maybe you haven't seen this, or maybe you've seen it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you've seen this scripture. Let me go to Leviticus chapter 5. Here's what the Most High said about when somebody becomes unclean without even realizing that they became unclean. If you're unclean and you're not even you don't even know that you're unclean, here's what he said. Leviticus chapter 5. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness whether he has sinned or known of it, if he does not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. Verse 2. Or if a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of an unclean cattle, or a carcass of an unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he shall be unclean and guilty. Or if he touch the uncleanness of any man, or if he touch uncleanness of a man, whatsoever uncleanness it be, that a man shall be defiled, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty. Verse 4. Or if a soul swear by pronouncing with his lips to do evil or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him, when he knoweth it, then he shall be guilty in one of these things. Um, so actually, I need to continue going. And then verse 5. And it shall be, when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he had sinned in that thing, and he shall bring his trespass offering unto Yah for his sin which he had sinned, and a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goat for a sin offering, and the priest shall make atonement for him concerning his sin. So if we sin unintentionally, if we um, if we commit sin without even realizing that we committed sin, then we are to come to the priest, and the priest will do an atonement for us to atone for that sin. So this is why it's important to engage in the Day of Atonement. This is why it's important to engage in the Day of Atonement, my brothers and sisters, because the reality of the matter is that, like yesterday when I went out, like this lady that came so close to me last night, oh my goodness, like I'm telling you, I was standing by the entrance of that store, um, and the space was so tiny, like only one person can pass through that space. But this lady wanted to pass while I was standing there, and I was like, hold on, let me move. Like I was like, because the space was not gonna contain us. And she was so close. I had to like squeeze myself to let her pass. The bottom line is that her body touched my body. We had physical contact. Now I don't know if she was seeing her period, because if she was, then that makes me unclean. So I already know that today, like I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna make sure my clothes is washed. That cloth is washed, you know, before this evening, because she might be unclean. So, anyways, um, sometimes we go out and we have physical contact with people by shaking hands and other ways. And I'm not saying that you should be paranoid. Um, I'm not saying you should be paranoid, because you simply don't know who is who. You might shake hand with somebody, and the person you shake hand with might be working at the mortuary. The person might be a mortuary worker, a mortuary worker. You never know who. I don't know, like, who I've shaken hands with. I don't like shaking hands with people. I don't like having physical contact with people, but it happens sometimes. So, anyways, the ones that we know, like, it's good if you go out in the evening. When you go back, you take a shower, if possible. If you are aware that this person is unclean, okay, fine. Sure. Um, you can do what you need to do and take a shower, like, if you're sure. But if you go out, like, sometimes I'm scared. I don't like going into public transport, unless if I have to. I mean, I do take public transport, but a lot of the time I walk with my foot. Like yesterday I went to somewhere, and then the mechanic was like, or the guy that the guy was like, um, he was like, "Oh, go down there," because I asked him, "How do I get to so 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 and so place?" He's like, "Oh, go down the street. Take a transport, and the transport will take you down there, and then you can go." I was like, "Okay." I knew I wasn't gonna take transport. I knew I was gonna walk, and I walked for a while. I could have taken transport. I could have taken transport if I wanted to, but I don't know who sat on that seat. So the ones that can, I walk a lot. Like some days, while I was going to the mechanic, while I left the car, the mechanic for them to fix. Um, you know, if you guys remember, I was fixing my car. Um, I was actually I lost my phone because of that, because I had to walk in the rain. So I didn't have an umbrella. The umbrella I had, I gave it to some people and they broke it. They damaged my umbrella. So I didn't have an umbrella. So I was walking to the mechanic, and it started raining. And then that rain damaged my phone. So I walk a lot, like with my leg, if I have to, unless if I'm going like in a long distance and I don't have a car, then I will take a public transport, knowing fully well that I'm probably going to be unclean. So I avoid public transport, but I'm not going to tell you, I avoid it as much as I can. But I do take public transport. I do take it. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's wrong to take public transport. No, it's not wrong. But if you take it, just be aware that you might be unclean. I do fly in planes. I fly in plane. I don't know who sat on that chair. The person might be unclean. Am I going to say that I'm not going to fly if I have to because I may be unclean? Of course not. Being unclean is not a sinful thing. Being unclean is not sin. It's not a bad thing to be unclean. It's not a sinful thing to be unclean. It becomes sinful or bad or sin if I'm unclean and I don't do what I have to do. Like today, like right now, I'm unclean. But I know that before the sun goes down, I need to take a shower and make sure that my clothes is washed. That's it. So depending on the type of uncleanliness. So anyways, all praises to the Most High. I have to run. I just wanted to do this law of the day real quick, um, and then I need to head out right now. And Yazulin, I'll be able to do another one tomorrow. Another law of the day. I need to also make a video about the upcoming feast. I really have to make a video about the upcoming feast with the dates and the how to prepare for the feast. So may your peace and protection be upon you, my brothers and sisters. Like as I said, my phone number has some issue. The Google will not allow me to use my phone number over here. They blocked it, but you can still contact me on WhatsApp. On WhatsApp, you can reach me. On Telegram, you can reach me. Emails, you can reach me. Commandmentschool@gmail.com. But in terms of calling me from America or Canada, if you call that phone number, it's not going to go through because they blocked it. So I've been contacting them for few. I've contacted them, but they haven't really, um, you know, given me any answer. Which I don't think. I'm not sure if they will. If they would, you know how they behave, these people. But anyways, I may have to get another phone number, but it's gonna pay me really, really, really. It's gonna hurt me if I lose that phone number because I have that phone number in a lot of my videos. A lot of my videos, I have that phone number. You know, but anyways, if you wanna reach me, you can call me through WhatsApp, through Telegram, and all the other platforms that we usually communicate with. But right now, it's WhatsApp. So all praises to the Most High. I'm going to try and get another phone number and have that number for those who may not be on WhatsApp, who may like to call me directly. All praises to the Most High. Have a peaceful rest of your day, my brothers and sisters, and Yazulin. I will see you soon.